Hello and welcome to Food Beautiful Food. This is the programme that shows you how to look good on the outside and feel great on the inside. Lesley's going to be in the kitchen cooking up some delicious and nutritious recipes. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you in on a few secrets that also concern food and beauty.
Nadine and I are going to be sharing walnuts, bananas, olive oil with a good dose of vitamin C. Whilst Nadine uses here vitamin C powder to produce a firming lotion, I'll be using lots of fruit and veg rich in vitamin C to prepare a mustard seed, broccoli and orange pepper dish. And then later on the programme, one of our lucky models will have olive oil rubbed onto her skin. Interested? Then stay tuned to find out why. I will, however, be using it in more conventional ways by adding it to my melon and rocket salad and my black olive and feta salad. And finally, Nadine will be massaging bananas into our model's hair. Yes, bananas, so keep watching to find out what that's all about. I'll be using all those that haven't been mashed up to prepare a delicious banana and walnut dessert. To start with this week, Nadine and I are both using vitamin C in our recipes. I'm going to be using some broccoli, an orange pepper and a couple of oranges. What are you going to be using?
Well, you can't put them on your face. So I'm going to use vitamin C powder and I'm going to make a vitamin C anti-pollution facial. Now, vitamin C is really good for your skin for two reasons. One, it helps it produce collagen, which keeps it firm and young.
I need that.
It's me too. And the other thing it does is it actually combats pollution. So if you live and work in a polluted environment, it actually forms a barrier between you and all the nasties. And I'm going to make a vitamin C facial. Now, start off with half a teaspoon of vitamin C powder, which you can actually get from most chemists and sort of health food stores. You add to that 3 tablespoonfuls of glycerine.
Right, which you can get from the chemist.
Yeah, absolutely. And glycerine is actually commonly used in moisturisers because it's a very good moisturiser itself. It actually attracts water to the skin.
Is it not very sticky?
No, it's quite thick and it gives it a good serum texture, but it's not too sticky afterwards. And then the key ingredient, rose water. And you need the rose water, one, because it smells fabulous.
Oh, I love it.
And two, just because it activates the vitamin C, you do need water to activate the vitamin C.
So can you sort of make up a huge vat of this?
It's not wise to, because vitamin C and vitamin C powder is quite unstable. So the whole idea is you literally use just enough, make enough, just enough one treatment, like this, and the water reacts with the vitamin C and then it starts to activate. You apply it quickly and then the next time you need it, make it up straight again. And instead of something like this costing you £30, £40, this costs just a matter of a few pennies. I'm going to go and apply it. I'll see you later.
Good luck.
Now this is Vikki. Hello, Vikki.
Hello.
Now you do work and live in a city, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So polluted areas?
Yes.
Yeah. Try this, okay? I'm actually going to apply this to you. This is a vitamin C anti-pollution and firming facial. It's like a serum. Now, have you ever used a vitamin C serum before?
No, I haven't, no.
Right, okay. Well, it works in exactly the same way as a vitamin C facial, but it literally goes on like this and it costs a fraction of the amount. Now, what you do is you put it on like this, and it goes on cool, but you'll soon notice that it starts to warm up. Yeah, and that's because the vitamin C is being released because it's reacting with the water, and you apply it all over. Now, obviously, I've got slightly too much here, but what you would do if you were at home is you'd apply it all over the place, from neck right the way down to your décolleté, and you're going to leave that for 30 minutes, sorry. I'm going to come back and see how it works.
Okay, thank you.
Right, here we are 30 minutes later, Vikki. You've washed it all off. How does your skin feel?
It feels a lot tighter.
Yes?
It got very hot.
That's the vitamin C working. Do you think you might be tempted to try it?
Yes, definitely.
It's an easy recipe, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Thank you. We've got a bit more of a complex recipe over there, haven't we? But I hear it's much tastier, Lesley.
It is. Well, we're looking at stuff which is full of vitamin C. So first of all, I'm going to just get my peppers going in the pan. I've just got some oil in there. Just going to add some lovely orange peppers. But we're going to be doing broccoli, yeah? And now I've read somewhere that apparently broccoli, everyone goes on about oranges, orange juice. I'm just putting some orange juice in the peppers now.
Yeah, they're a really rich source of vitamin C, aren't they, oranges?
But apparently, and you'll probably be able to put me right on this, broccoli has more vitamin C than oranges.
It does, but there's a problem with it. I don't really like it.
What do you mean you don't really like it?
Do you think people like broccoli?
Well, I tell you what, it's the only vegetable my little boy will eat.
But that's probably the way you cook it.
Well, I also think the problem with broccoli is that it doesn't really have that much taste, and probably that's why my little boy likes it. So we're going to get lots and lots of taste into this broccoli. So let's just have a look at what's going on in here. What I've done is I've just put the orange juice and the orange peppers into the pan.
Smells
just
delicious.
cook them away. Let's look at the broccoli. Now, there are two different types of broccoli. This broccoli here is what they call the cauliflower broccoli. And you can stir fry it from raw if you want to. But to sort of speed things up, if you blanch your broccoli for a few minutes and then run it under cold water, you'll keep the colour and it'll stir fry a lot quicker, yeah?
And the more quickly you cook it, the more vitamin C it has in it.
Yes, that's right.
Makes
And the best way to cook it, really, to be honest with you, is to steam it. So now the broccoli is going to go into the peppers, yeah? Now, obviously, if this was raw broccoli, it would take about 5 minutes to cook. But because this is almost cooked, we're just literally going to give it a
can
quick
tell you're
steam.
going to convert me.
It smells already good, doesn't it?
It does, it
So
does.
a little bit of black pepper going into there. And we want to get some more steaming. So what you want to do is to take a little bit of paper, greaseproof paper, put it into some water, put it over your broccoli, like that. And then put the lid on. Woks are just brilliant. I mean, people just think of using woks for stir fries, but you know, it's a brilliant pan. All right, now
And that keeps all the steam in its place, does
yes,
it?
and the wet paper
Clever.
will really create a lot of steam going on there. So the lid's gone. Now we're going to look at the rest of the flavours. So in here, I have got some grainy mustard and a touch of garlic, because I like my garlic.
A touch of garlic. I can see huge chunks in there.
I'm just going to squeeze in a little bit of orange juice and mix those ingredients together. And then really that's like making a sort of orange and mustard dressing. We're going to add a touch.
It's almost a little bit like a warm salad as well, isn't it?
It is. You're a bit foodie really, aren't you? You like your food, don't you?
I do.
All
Can
right,
tell.
so just mix that together, and this is a lovely one if you're vegetarian, because you know, obviously you can eat this as a side dish, yeah, and it's wonderful because everybody goes on about you've got to have your, you know, your 5 fruit and veg a day. This is a really nice way of eating your vegetable. But also if you're, you can have it as a side dish, but also you can have it just with, if you're vegetarian, just with maybe some sesame noodles or some cashew noodles. I've got some lovely chive noodles here on the side, or you can just serve it with some brown rice. So it's a really sort of easy thing to do. Wah-ha-hey, there's my little noodles. Lots and lots of black pepper on those. Let's go back to what's going on in the pan here.
Okay.
So lift the lid off. You can see just by putting that paper on, yeah, look at all that, the colour of that
Smells delicious.
broccoli in there is just gorgeous. Just stir fry it over the pan. And the final thing you want to do is just to pour in that mustard going in there. I'm using grainy mustard because it's not as strong. You don't want to use English, that is for sure. French Dijon would be lovely, but I really love grainy. And then just over a nice high heat like that, finish it off with a touch extra virgin olive oil, and then you just take that and all its juices, and I suppose in a way you summed it up. It is like sort of a salad, a hot
cum
salad
stir-fry.
of stir fry. And there you have your final dish, which is the hot mustard broccoli with the lovely orange.
Now the next food ingredient I'm going to use in a beauty treat is olive oil, and I'm going to use it to make a body exfoliant. Now Hannah reliably informs me you're addicted, is that right?
Certainly am, yeah.
To body exfoliants, and you spend a fortune on them.
I do.
I'm going to save you a fortune. I'm going to make one out of olive oil, coarse sea salt and lemon juice, and I'm going to join Lesley and show you how to do it. I bet you've never seen olive oil used like this, have you?
No, in a dressing, yes, but
This is a bit like a body dressing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Now, I have to say I've been very spoilt. I have stayed in some of the best spas in the world in the course of my work, and you'll be amazed, no matter how much you spend at a spa, this is the exfoliant they use. And it is 3 tablespoons of olive oil,
Yeah.
and it has to be extra virgin because that's the one with all the vitamins in.
oh, I was going to say.
Exactly. Mixed with coarse sea salt. And coarse sea salt will give you that lovely gritty feeling that you need for a body exfoliant. Now, this is not a precise science. Mix as much as you need to give you a body exfoliant consistency. Now, one last thing. Lemon juice, and that's because lemon juice has citric acid in it, and citric acid actually exfoliates your skin. What you end up with is this wonderful
Crunchy.
mixed sludge. Well, if you've seen some body exfoliants, they look just like that. Smells good. Doesn't smell too oily.
No,
I'm going to go and use it over here. Right. Now here you go, and I know this seems an amazing thing to use, but hold that. And what you do is you literally take the crystals. Let me have your arm here, and you exfoliate. How does that feel? Does it feel like a normal exfoliant?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Now, I know this is a messy thing to do, but what you'd normally do is do it in a shower, obviously, or a bath, and then you'd rinse yourself off afterwards. And you do it like that, as usual, rinse that off. She smells quite nice and lemony, it's not too bad. And then you wipe off. Now, obviously, what you'd do is you'd shower it off normally. Now, your skin should be extra smooth and moisturised, which is the olive oil.
Yeah,
How does it feel?
It feels really soft.
If that olive oil is good for the gladiators of ancient Rome, and do you know they actually used olive oil? It's true. They used to pamper sunburnt skin and tired and aching feet. So if it's good enough for them, it should be good enough for you.
And can I use this everywhere?
Absolutely. I wouldn't use it on your face because the coarse ground salt is slightly too large a particle for your face, but you can use it all over your body. And it's the sort of thing you have hanging around at home, and it's really going to save you a fortune. Have I managed to convince you?
Definitely.
Good. I hope to save you a fortune. Now stay tuned, because after the break, Lesley's going to be making 2 delicious salads, one with olives and feta and one with rocket and melon. So stay tuned.
In Italy, it's got to be a really good extra virgin olive oil.
Hello and welcome back to Food, Beautiful Food. Now before the break, I made a body exfoliant using olive oil.
Yeah, and I'm going to be doing 2 salads now, one using olive oil, well actually both using olive oil and whole olives. And this one has to be one of my favourite salads because...
Quite unusual ingredients.
Very, very unusual. I love combining fruit and cheese together, but this is really where extra virgin olive oil comes into its own. So what we've got here is some really lovely, ripe orange melon. This really, I have to be quite honest with you, is a sort of modern version of melon with Parma ham, but without the Parma ham.
But much trendier, knowing you.
Yeah, well, I try. Now, extra virgin olive oil, it has to be one of my favourite ingredients. And often people say to me, what oil should you cook with? I think it's best to cook with olive oil, and extra virgin olive oil is really the one that you use to finish dishes off.
But should you get Italian, Spanish, Greek? I never really know. I kind of panic.
I mean, the thing is that Italy and Spain are probably the biggest producers of olive oil. But, I mean, Crete is pretty active. But it's almost like choosing a wine. It's a very personal thing.
Just go by what you like the taste of.
Absolutely. So lovely green extra virgin olive oil going over some melon here. And then we're going to top it with...
How did you find out about this recipe?
Well, I had this when I went to see some mates in Italy. It's got to be a really good extra virgin olive oil and also a nice big piece of Parmesan cheese. I was reading the other day that olive trees became very sacred in Greece, and anyone who years ago, not now, you'd be relieved to know, that was caught cutting them down was sort of executed. Did you know that, Mo?
Sacred, that's what they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know they're sacred to chefs, but I didn't realise they were sacred to that extent.
OK, so just a little bit of Parmesan. Don't bother doing curls of Parmesan over the top. And then lashings of extra virgin olive oil. That is just so simple. Loads of black pepper. And that is the first salad. Very, very simple, very, very fresh, and just gorgeous. So there we go. That's the first one. Olive oil going on the top of that.
What about the olives?
Now, this is for the second one. So if I just move this all over just to show you here. This one here is using some lovely griddled peaches. So once again,
Again, unusual ingredients. Fruit with olives, fruit with vegetables, fruit with cheese.
And, you know, olives themselves apparently have got something like 15 or, depending on how big, or 16 calories in each olive. So they do hold a lot of calories, but they're wonderful
They're
for
too
you.
good for you.
They are, they're lovely.
They're loaded with vitamins.
Roasted red onions. These have just been roasted in the oven with olive oil. Just place those on the plate with the griddled nectarines or peaches. And then, this is the bit I love, you take some feta cheese, and while the peaches are still warm, or the nectarines, whatever you want to use, you kind of just crumble that.
Does it slightly warm or melt the cheese?
It doesn't really melt it because feta cheese kind of is that sort of crumbly cheese. It just sort of warms it up a little bit. And you know how we always think that feta cheese is originally from Greece? Well, apparently certain types of feta were originally from Italy.
Really? Because I always associate that with the classic Greek salad,
Absolutely.
don't you?
So black olives going over the top now. So here we've got olive oil, black olives, and then the final bit on the top, which, just wipe my hands, is going to be, of course,
lots of black pepper.
Lots and lots of black pepper. And you serve these with just good, crusty bread, and they make the most wonderful salad or salad starter.
How impressive would that be as a starter?
Yeah, you could do a big platter of it and it would be lovely. Wash them down with some crisp white wine or a cold beer.
Crunchy bread.
Lovely.
Fabulous.
There you go.
Now, for my final beauty recipe today, I'm actually going to use bananas.
Are you?
Don't snicker. I'm going to make a deep conditioning hair treatment, and bananas work brilliantly for this.
Do you need all those bananas?
No, you can take some.
I'm going to take some of these for
Better
my
make me
hood.
something nice to eat.
I will.
Okay. It's really such a simple recipe to do. You literally take 2 bananas. These ones are just a good size. And then you add walnut oil to them. Now, if you don't have a food blitzer, the simple thing to do is take a fork and mash them up. But I'm going to be lazy. Now, bananas are so good for your hair. So satisfying. Bananas are so good for your hair. They are a rich source of minerals, specifically potassium, which is good for your hair, and walnut oil. I don't know if you know, but walnut oil is actually used in the Middle East as a hair conditioner, so it makes sense to use it here and now. You literally use probably about a tablespoonful, mix it in with that, and then you literally zap it together. It's like baby food, but it's a great hair conditioner. Now, you literally apply that to your hair straight, but because you don't want it to smell like bananas, the simple thing to do is add some lime essential oil, literally 2 or 3 drops, and that'll just make it smell really fresh and zesty. Now, what you do is you mix this together. I'm going to go over and see Vikki. Now, Vikki, ever put bananas in your hair?
No, I haven't.
Trust me, it works. What we're going to do is I'm literally going to, but I'm going to use a wide tooth comb to do this. I'm going to just literally comb this through Vikki's hair. It's a really simple thing to do. It actually looks I'm going to do some around the front here so you can see. It actually looks just like an everyday conditioner. And you comb it through. What happens is the minerals in the banana actually go into the hair, and the oil is obviously deeply conditioning. And you would comb this through your hair right the way through.
Do you comb it onto dry hair?
Yeah, absolutely. Like most deep conditioning treatments, you put it onto dry hair and then you shampoo it off afterwards. I'm just going to go around this side quickly, comb some on this side. Now, that actually smells quite nice, doesn't it? It doesn't smell too banana-y, it smells more lemony, and that's simply the reason that you use the lime essential oil. It actually doesn't have any therapeutic properties, but it makes it smell nice. Now, once it's all combed through, you're going to love this. Vikki, forgive me. What you need to do is you need to cover your hair in cling film. And the reason is it actually traps the heat into the hair so that the banana and the moisturisers and all those minerals go into the hair. So forgive me for making you look unattractive, but you literally do it like that, cover it in a towel for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and see how it is.
Thank you.
Now here we are back with Vikki and a very glossy head of hair, I have to say. Were you impressed?
I was, yeah.
I must say your hair feels really good and really soft, and this is the effect you should actually get if you use it. It's like a rich, deep conditioning treatment that you just use, say, once a week. Would you be tempted to try it, do you reckon?
Yes, I would,
Yeah?
yeah.
Do you
It was,
reckon?
yeah, very tangle-free.
And it's an easy recipe to use, literally just takes about 5 minutes to put together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, the important thing is, what's Lesley up to in the kitchen? Fancy a few bananas in your hair, Lesley?
I'm a bit worried about you, actually. No, but the hair does look really, really glossy, but I think that's because you're a natural blonde, I think, definitely.
And we're
just
not?
like me. Bananas. Well, we're going to do a bit of a naughty pudding, because I think a little bit of what you fancy doesn't hurt.
We
does it?
deserve a treat after looking after ourselves.
But we're going to use lovely ripe bananas. And apparently the Arabs were the ones that introduced bananas to the East and also to the Mediterranean. And, you know, don't be tempted to use sort of unripe bananas for this pud, because you really want the sweetness to come through.
It's the same with conditioner as well. Do you know,
Oh,
the
so
riper the banana, the more minerals it has in it.
There you go.
So it's actually better for you inside and out.
Right, and once you've chopped all the bananas up, you can then mix everything together. I'm going to use 2 different types of yoghurt. I'm using a vanilla flavour and just a Greek yoghurt. Also, get up very early in the morning and make your own meringues.
She so didn't do that. Now, which one's this?
This is Greek, so it's
Okay.
quite nice and thick. And this is a sort of low-fat, vanilla-y sort of one, yeah? I like to, as you can see, the low-fat vanilla one, it's much sort of wetter.
Runnier.
Yeah, runnier, exactly. So by mixing the two together, you'll get a little bit of texture there. And then, oh, I love the smell of vanilla.
Oh, it reminds me of holidays in Greece.
Yeah.
Smells delicious.
Bananas going in like that. Save a few for the top.
And are the bananas sweet enough to offset the yoghurt?
Yeah,
They are.
yeah, absolutely. But this is definitely going to be
Absolutely,
sweet
I
enough, the
forgot
meringues. So you just want to crumble these in, yeah, just crumble them straight in. Now the beauty of this is that you can mix this together and literally serve it straight away. So what happens is when you eat this, you get the sweetness of the meringue. And some meringue sort of goes sort of squidgy and some stays crisp. And it is just the most naughtiest thing. It's lovely.
It's a bit like a healthy eaten mess, isn't it?
That's exactly. You're getting too clever. But that's exactly what it's like. So then, just take your next and final ingredient, which of course are walnuts. Yeah, and the Romans really, and the Greeks really used to love their walnuts. They sort of held them far above any other nut.
They are so good for you, absolutely loaded with vitamin E.
I love them. And the French have got a wonderful saying. I can't say it in French, but it's translated, it means nothing is wasted from the walnut except the crack of the shell, because they use the walnut in drinks, they use the shells for fuel, they use the leaves of the walnut tree to make a drink. So it's a really well-used nut.
More importantly, they taste delicious.
They taste wonderful. And these walnuts have just been lightly toasted, and you can just do that in the oven, yeah? Just put them on a baking sheet and then just toast them up. And then just pile, I have to say, this would probably serve 2 people.
But we're greedy.
But yeah, absolutely. So just pile it into the bowl like that, and then you can just finish it off with a few more bananas, like so on the top. And I'll just wipe my hands. And what I quite like is bananas, blueberries and blackberries over the top like that. And then if you want to be really naughty, I mean, to be honest with you, that would just be delicious to eat like that. What you can do, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of chocolate, and if you use the sort of dark continental bitter chocolate, you really don't need that much because it's quite powerful.
And that's the one that we're allowed to eat, aren't we? If it's 80% pure cocoa,
That's
it's
right,
good for you.
exactly.
Any excuse.
Then just drizzle the melted chocolate. I've just melted it in a bowl over a pan of simmering water over the top like that. So that's one.
My mouth's watering.
The other way is just to take bananas. They don't look very attractive, do they, these?
What have you done to them?
These have been baked in their skins in the oven for about 20 minutes. I'd set your oven to about gas mark 6. That's 400 Fahrenheit, 200 centigrade. And then just, once they've been baked, you can then just open them out like that. And then you can just finish them off with a little bit of Greek yogurt and maybe some chocolate sauce, or even you could just finish them off with a touch of maple syrup just going over the top. There you've got your 2 banana desserts with your walnuts. So there you have it, 3 really easy recipes and 3 easy beauty treatments. Come on, Nadine, now I want you, I know which one you want to go for.
I can't wait. Go on. Main course first and then dessert.
Go for that.
Thank you.
Tell me what you think. The melon with the parmesan and the rocket in the olive oil.
Really delicious. Surprising, but really lovely.
Very, very fresh.
The flavours work really well together.
Go on, go for it.
All right, well, I've got my mouth full, you mean? Yes, all right.
Well,
then.
that's all we've got time for today. Join us next time for more food and beauty secrets. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm going to go for this one.